Hello everyone. Today I'd like to walk you through the steps to provision an Azure IoT Hub and an IoT Hub device. You'll only need an active Azure subscription to follow along, so if you don't already have one, navigate to azure.microsoft.com where you can sign up for a free account. Let's get started. I'm going to be showing you two different ways to instantiate Azure IoT Hub through the Azure portal and with the Azure Command Line Interface, CLI. The first way is via the Azure portal. Navigate to portal.azure.com, and after you're prompted to log in with your Microsoft account credentials, you are taken to the dashboard page. You need to create a resource group which will contain your instance of IoT Hub. A resource group allows you to manage one or more Azure resources together. Think of a resource group as a kind of logical container that groups your Azure resources together so you can easily manage them. Once in the portal, click on Create a Resource in the upper left and then type Resource Group in the search box. This will display a page that allows you to create a resource group. Click on the Create button to get started. You will be asked to enter information about your resource group, such as the subscription it will be created under and the resource group name. I selected Creating IoT Hub _RG as my resource group name. You should also select the region the resource group will be created in. I usually pick Central US since that is the closest region to my location. Click Review and Create to have the system validate your information. If everything looks okay, you will see a validation passed message at the top. Click Create to create the resource group. Once created, a message will be displayed saying the resource group is created. You can click the Go to Resource Group button to navigate directly to that resource group. Now that our resource group is created, we need to add an instance of IoT Hub to it. Click on the Add button and type in IoT Hub to filter the list of resources to choose from. You will see a number of resources that match IoT Hub. We are interested in the first one, IoT Hub. Click on this resource to get a description of what it is. There is an overview describing what IoT Hub is, along with links to documentation and supporting resources. Click on Create to start the creation process. A page will be displayed that asks you to enter information about the IoT Hub you are creating. First off is the subscription that this hub will be created in. You'll notice it is auto-populated with my current subscription. You can also create a new resource group right from here, but since we already created one, just select the Creating IoT Hub _RG resource group. The region should be the closest region to your location. Again, in my case, this is Central US. And finally, you need to give your hub a name. I entered Creating Test IoT Hub as the IoT Hub name. Once you've entered this information, you can click the Next button to go to the next page that allows you to select the size and scale of your IoT Hub. As you can see, this page allows you to select the pricing tier and scale for your IoT Hub. You have options between basic, standard, and free tiers. Note that you can only have one IoT Hub in your subscription with the free tier selected. We will leave the default S1 standard tier selected. The number of IoT Hub units determines how well your hub scales with demand. You can increase this if your needs increase and require it. You can also turn on Azure Security Center, which provides an extra layer of security for your hub. It defaults to on, so we will leave this setting as is. You will notice information in this box for your IoT Hub based on the pricing tier you selected. For example, if you change the pricing tier to free, notice that some features are disabled at the tier level, such as Azure Security Center. Please select whatever pricing tier makes the most sense for your situation. Finally, there is the Advanced Settings area. This allows you to select how many device-to-cloud partitions in your IoT Hub. Partitions allow simultaneous reading of incoming device telemetry data for better throughput. The next section is tags. Tags allow you to add one or more name-value pairs to your IoT Hub for the purpose of categorizing your Azure resources. For example, if we add a tag for accounting, we could then group this resource with other Azure resources with the same tag all in one place. Clicking on Review and Create takes you to the final page, which lists out your selections for this IoT Hub. You would click on the Create button to perform the execution of creating your IoT Hub. A page is displayed showing that your deployment is underway. Since this process usually takes about 1 minute, I will fast forward the video to after the hub has been created. Now that your IoT Hub has been created, you can see it displayed in the resource group. Click on it to open it up in the portal. An overview page is displayed, which gives you basic information about your hub, such as what resource group it is in, the status of the hub, subscription it is associated with, any tags you may have configured, and most importantly, the host name of the hub. Scrolling down also displays additional details such as how many messages have been received today, along with the max per day, and how many IoT devices have been registered with this hub. There are also a couple of graphs that display the number of device twin operations and device-to-cloud messages over specific time frames. This gives you at-a-glance information about how your IoT Hub is operating. Click on IoT devices in the Explorer section on the left to navigate to a page that lists out the registered devices for this hub. As you can see, there are currently no devices registered, so let's register one for this hub. Click on the New button to enter device information. Notice that a dialog appears asking for information about the device. You can either click on the area to find Certified for Azure IoT Devices from the device catalog or enter in your own information. The device ID is a user-friendly descriptive name for your device. Let's call our device Test Device 1. You can then select the authentication type. Your choices are between symmetric keys and X509 certificates. For simplicity, we will select symmetric keys. There are also entries for the primary and secondary keys for this device, which IoT Hub uses to determine if incoming telemetry is from the device. Notice they are grayed out. That is because the auto-generate keys checkbox is checked. Keeping this checked will have the system generate the keys for you, and we will leave this selected. You want to keep the Connect this device to an IoT Hub selection enabled so that it is connected to this hub. And finally, you can select the parent device if you have a hierarchy of devices. We will not set this right now. Click Save when you've entered all the information and the system will register this device with this hub. After a few seconds, you will see your registered device appear in the list. If you click on it, it opens a page that shows the detailed information about the device, such as its device ID and primary and secondary keys, as well as connection string information. You can also enable or disable the device or add a parent device. One other area that is important for IoT Hub is the Shared Access Policies area under the Settings section. This is where you go if you need to see what policies have access to this hub and what permissions they have. For example, clicking on the IoT Hub owner policy will display the permissions this policy has. It has all since it specifies the hub owner, and also gives you what the shared access key values are. These are important when configuring code on the device side so that it can connect to this hub and send its data. Another way you can create an IoT Hub is by using the Azure Cloud Shell. You can do this right from within the portal. Simply click on the icon that looks like a cursor to open the Cloud Shell window. If this is the first time you're doing this, the system will ask you to verify it's okay to create a storage account in your Azure subscription, as this is needed to run the Cloud Shell via the portal. Once you've done this, the shell window opens and authenticates you to Azure. You can now begin to enter command line interface CLI commands. Before you can call the CLI commands related to IoT Hub, you need to install the Azure IoT extension first. Enter the following command: az extension add -- name Azure IoT. This will install the extension and only needs to be done the first time. As you can see, I already have it installed. The CLI command to create an IoT Hub instance is az space IoT space hub space create. It takes a name parameter which corresponds to the IoT Hub name you want to give it. Let's call ours Creating Test IoT Hub CLI. It also takes a resource group parameter to specify what resource group to place the hub in. We would give it creating IoT Hub underscore RG to tell it to create the hub in our resource group. Finally, we need to specify the pricing tier. This is done with the SKU parameter. We are giving it S1, which means standard 1 tier. The free tier would be F1. Hitting enter kicks off the creating process. I will fast forward the video as it takes a few minutes to complete. Okay, now that it is finished, you will see some JSON information in the Cloud Shell window to indicate the hub was successfully created. If we refresh our resource group window in Azure, you can also see the new IoT Hub instance being displayed. We can also use the CLI to register a device to our IoT Hub. Let's first navigate to the list of registered IoT devices for our hub to show that there are currently none. The CLI command to register a device to an IoT Hub is az space IoT space hub space device dash identity space create and takes a parameter for the IoT Hub name. We will enter creating test IoT Hub CLI for this, and then we also need to give the device a name. Let's call our device my test device CLI. Hitting enter will tell the system to register the device on this IoT Hub, and after a few seconds you will see the successful completion of our command and the JSON output in the Cloud Shell window. We can also refresh the page in the portal to see our newly registered device show up for this hub. I hope this video was informative. If you have comments, leave them in the comments section below. If you like this video, please click the like button, and for more videos like this, click the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.